Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I am Friendship Pearson. It is December 19th of 2024. I have 10:57 in the a.m. Let's say it together. Praise our living, loving God from whom all blessings flow. This is a video I featured on my last channel. I'm not sure if I featured it on this channel as well. It's titled, "The Hell to the Chief Dream." Pastor Dana Coverstone. In this video, he talks about, I believe it's how during the procession of the State of the Union, how he dreamt that China had taken over they took over the place, people. Look, I'm just so shook up. I see this thing. I don't know why God's got me on this path this morning, but listen to me real good. I listen to this thing a lot. The video's over 2 years old. The State of the Union address was about to happen, and China interrupted it and took it over, and all of our politicians, they went into a frenzy. You gotta watch this video. It will make you understand why God told me what he told me this morning. So I'll put it in the link. The Hell with the Chief Dream, Dana Coverstone. We have a reality that they're not telling us, is what I'm trying to tell you. And God put me on this path this morning, and it's blowing my mind. So let me say this here. In the video I just did, I talked about China, okay? And I talked about how back on September 7th of 2022, Barack Obama and his wife, they have portraits in the White House. And that this portrait is the only portrait of a president that's in black and white in the White House. All the presidents. When you crop that photograph, this is what you get. Like the eyes of a snake and the mouth. Look, when you crop it. Okay? I'm not saying it, I'm just saying. See that? Also, the colors of China on this couch. And I'm asking, why did God bring this to my remembrance this morning? Is it that allegedly they knew or they didn't know that we've been taken over? How is this happening? Those are China colors. China colors is there. China colors there. And then the very next day, like I said, the Queen Mother died, September 8th, 2022. So in my mind, Britain and America have died. Now, there's another aspect I want to throw at you. This illegal thing that we've been talking about, this immigration thing, they got us looking at all the other countries, but they're not talking about China enough, people, okay? So I want you to see something. Not only did Barack Obama do a portrait, but so did King Charles. Like I said, I believe that America died, they didn't tell us, and so did Britain. And through immigration, that shows it, because in my mind, the Holy Spirit is saying, Pearson, it's the perfect storm. You do immigration to bring over what you need to take over a country and the world. Listen to me. King Charles' portrait was done May 14th, 2024. What is May 14th? That's the anniversary of the founding of Israel, May 14th, 2024. Isn't that something? Think about what I'm saying here, people. May 14th, 2024 is the day that Israel became a nation. When you take May 14th, 2024, right, anniversary, versus 9/7 of 2022, Barack Obama's portrait and him and his wife, the difference, people, is 87 weeks and 6 days. Now watch this. When you add the end date, you get 88. What is 88 in your mind, fresh today? Trump's text number is 88022. But watch this here. Look at this. This says 616 days. If I take away the end date here, you get 615 days. Why is that important? Trump was born on June 14th. How close is that? Trump was born 6/14. Isn't he the one that's saying, let's get this hostage situation out the way before I become president? He's the one that people are looking for to stopping this Middle East peace. Matter of fact, he did say less than 3 or 4 days. He said, out of all the wars that we have overseas, the Middle East one will not be the hardest. That is what he said. That is a quote. Now, look at this here. If you take 5/14 of 2024, the anniversary again of Israel becoming a nation, versus 10/7 of 2023 is when Hamas took over Israel. I mean, they attacked Israel that day. 10/7, they attacked Israel. The difference, people, is 7 months and 7 days. Why is that important? 77. Well, guess what? Trump was 77 years old at the time. I'm going to say it again. 5/14, 2024, the anniversary of Israel becoming a nation, versus 10/7 of 2023, the exact day that Israel was attacked by Hamas. 7/7. Trump was 77 years old at the time. Is this coincidence? Now look. This portrait is very important. Watch. It's ghostly to me. It's ghostly to me. People have done a lot of videos on it. There's a lot of images in there. In fact, it's a double image, people say. And the guy who designed this, the guy who painted it, he was in all purple. He was in all purple. He's the one that painted it. Purple, what is that? That's Phoenician. That's Phoenician talk, allegedly here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, watch this. And the red, what is that? What is that red? Does that not remind you of this? Or is this red and black like blood? He is in his military gear, and it did happen on 5/14, or just the way he dresses, I don't know, or looked at as a king. Either way, it's ominous. But check this out. I want you to listen to this here. The migration in Britain is off the chain. You have to ask yourself, how many Chinese are coming over, and how many people possibly are working for China, allegedly? Listen.
Will be considerably concerning. I want to give these figures because they're going to lead to a population explosion that we're already seeing. In January of this year, Mike, the estimates from James Roberts, who does the population for the ONS, said that between the 15 years, mid-21 to 2036, our population grew to 73.7 million. Then we've got figures later on in the year saying our population is 68 million, and those estimates were based on long-term net migration of only 385,000. I've just done the calculations on that estimate now. We are expected to have 71 million people in this country by mid-26. That's 1 million more than the ONS has said. Yeah. And we're looking at towards 80 million by that 2036 figures. That's 10 million in 10 years. At this level of growth, it's unsustainable for this country. And we should be shocked by this. We should be really...
And how many of those could be potential spies? There are no such thing as borders in the one world system. This is where we're going. And it appears to me they made their mark. They have made their mark. The powers are utilized in China to make a mark. Literally, marks is, so to speak. Are those not the colors? Are they making their mark? I'm just asking. Now listen to this here. These are the I showed this earlier in my video. These are the Air Force bases in America. And guess what? China has land around all these military bases here in America. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the video that I'm talking about for you to watch is not only the Hail to the Chief, which I'll put it in the description. I also want you to watch the one I just put out. The one I just put out is this one here. Oh my God, we're surrounded. It's deeper than drones. Okay? This is what God woke me up with this morning. People, they got us. That is our reality. They got us. Only the Holy Spirit can sustain us. I believe they got us. I believe it. I don't know why I had this come to me this morning. This was not my intent. I was going to do some other videos, and this just hit me. The Holy Spirit is like, Pearson, you need to go back. Now, I want to show you again how significant this is. Let me go to, is it this one? It's this one. This is Obama's portrait, 9/7/2022. This is King Charles' portrait, 5/14/2024. Again, add another day to this, it's 88. Trump is 88022. If you take away a day from this, it's 6/14. Trump's birthday is 6/14. You can't make it no closer to that, people. Something's going on. Right before our eyes, allegedly. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to put it together for you so you can understand what's going on before you. Now, I'm not gonna run this video, but I did a video on this from my channel that was taken down on Friendship Pearson. I do believe a lot of these stories about immigration, if I had to guess, 40% of them, especially the violent ones, they're not true. I did a video on this thing. I saw the colors of orange and yellow or raw, and who allows police, these are police officers, to get beat up like this? This is in New York. And like I said about 2 weeks ago, everything happens in New York. That's like the staging place for all foolishness. Also here in Chicago. These are testing ground cities. I believe this thing was fake. 2 cops being beat up by immigrants. Then they go to court and they don't get the book thrown at them. Come on, man. And then we had this other situation a few weeks ago where we had them, migrants, going up into a place breaking in. But I looked at the colors were there too. I'm not gonna show it because I don't wanna, have an issue with, the two. But anyway, I look at the numbers. The apartment they broke into was either next to or exactly 303. Take away the 0, that's 33, like Masonic. I don't believe none of this is true, people. I really don't. If it is, it's being allowed because they want to have a state of fear. This guy's on his phone, all relaxed, like everything's cool. You try going to a foreign country and doing this and see where it gets you. Come on, people. I just want you to work with me. Now, I want to show you this quick video on the number who have come over through the southern border that are Chinese. Watch this. Video from 7 months ago. Watch this.
Chinese migrants crossed the southern border. Last year, that number soared to over 37,000, part of an explosion of migrants coming here from all over the globe. Currently, most migrants are released into the U.S. to wait, often years, for asylum hearings. Critics say that encourages migrants to come, and President Biden should change course through executive action.
The system has been broken for decades.
Why not take executive action right now? Why not do more right now to address this?
What executive action are you suggesting that we take that we haven't taken that would survive court scrutiny?
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas telling us he's working with China, which currently refuses to take back Chinese migrants who are deported from the U.S.
You think?
Well, that may be changing. We have been working with the People's Republic of China to actually receive individuals whom we have determined are not eligible to remain in the United States.
And do you expect that to change soon?
We are hopeful that it will.
Clown show. You can go all up and down there. Chinese migrants entering U.S. illegally. Migrants were burned, beaten, fleeing China for a better life. I don't believe all these headlines. What I believe is that they give you headlines of sympathy, but it's on purpose because I believe a lot of them people, what I believe is this. It's a look here, don't look there moment. And this could be our biggest problem right here. And we don't know if they're in concert with this takeover that I'm seeing and with this dream that this pastor had. Do you understand? He had a dream. He had a dream. God gave him a dream. And then I woke up with this morning. Come on, man. Listen. I want you to see something. Listen. And isn't it funny how, again, this guy, what can we do? What more can I do in relation to the blowback I would get in relation to the what's legal and what? Come on, man. You're Homeland Security. They got us, people. You got people. I wish I could name the name. You got a guy overseas, okay? The country starts with a U. He wouldn't tolerate this. Why are we tolerating it? You know the answer. Silence is deafening, isn't it? It's deafening. It's deafening. Look.
A group of migrants struggle through the rain and mud of the Panamanian jungle toward the U.S. border. Wei Wei Wang is one of them. I'm surviving on chocolate bars, he says, and running out of drinking water. He videoed the whole grueling trek, undertaken by people from all over the world, including recently a record number from China. Since January, border officials have processed more than 10 times as many Chinese migrants as last year.
You hear that?
A surge of people with their hopes crushed by China's weak economy, repression, and corruption. The government wanted my family's land, Shen Yishao explains, and he's got video of what he says are thugs sent to beat them up. At the border, American volunteers help out the new arrivals. Samuel Schultz.
10 times as many. You hear what she said? 10 times as many Chinese. Come on, man. Y'all look. Look. I'm telling you, I'm shivering. Then watch this. Here's this guy again. Watch him get dealt with by one of our politicians a year ago. Let me show you our current, this is our current reality. This is what's going on. Listen.
For a threat to public safety, we detain them pending their removal proceedings.
Were any of these individuals detained, or were they released into the
I
country?
don't have awareness of that particular group of individuals.
And so you don't know if any of them were members of the CCP? Or actually you do know, you just won't say.
I don't know from the photograph, Senator, to whom.
But surely you know about the folks who, you've read this report, you're the Secretary of Homeland Security, you're aware of these individuals. Were any of them members of the Chinese Communist Party coming into this country?
Senator, you're providing me with a group of individuals without names, identities, or...
So you're not familiar with this incident that was widely reported on at the southern border? Don't you think it's strange that we have busloads of Chinese nationals coming across our southern border? I'm asking you, from a hostile country, I'm asking you if they're members of the Chinese Communist Party, and you don't know, apparently, you won't say.
We are very focused on all things with respect to the People's Republic of
But
China.
you don't know any of the details. I plead exhaustion, Mr. Secretary. You have exhausted me, you have exhausted this panel, you have exhausted the patience of the American people. You should resign.
I have an itch in my throat that I cannot...
He should resign. My God, people, I'm telling you, this thing is real. This country's history is that our presidents built up America. They built up China. Our country built up China. You feel me? And one of his heroes, Ross Perot, Perot, I think his name, yeah. Ross Perot, he said it. He said this in relation to the economics, but he didn't know how prophetic he was when he was on the debate stage running for president. Listen.
You can move your factory south of the border, pay $1 an hour.
He's talking in relation to all the jobs we sent overseas through our bonehead leadership. Listen to what he said.
You can move your factory south of the border, pay $1 an hour for labor, hire a young 25, that's assuming you've been in business for a long time, you've got a mature workforce. Pay $1 an hour for your labor, have no health care, that's the most expensive single element in making a car, have no environmental controls, no pollution controls, and no retirement, and you don't care about anything but making money, there will be a giant sucking sound going south. So if the people...
Look at him looking stupid. Look at him and look at him laughing. This man was our hero. He forecast the future. The giant sucking sound he was talking about was economics. He had no idea it was also migration, what the plan of the powers were. We've had so many heroes back in the day. People like Barry Goldwater. You might disagree. They were warning us. They were warning us. And we created our own demise. When you talk about a takeover, you got to go to the top. You got to infiltrate the governments. You got to get a hold of the money. And then we sit up here and let the Chinese and other countries buy up America, buy up our farmland next to our military bases. You got to be a special kind of stupid to let that happen in your country. And then you tell Americans every day that China's our enemy. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You selling them farmland next to your military base. You got to be a special, people, listen to me. You got to be a special kind of stupid, or you got to be in on the game. Because anybody with any ounce of sense would know. Like I said, jiu-jitsu warrior, boxing, karate, whatever you want to call it. The first rule, keep your guards up. So we send our countries and factories overseas, let them make money, like the man said. No controls, no health care, no retirement, just make money. And they made billions, millions, trillions. Then they come back and they buy us up. You want to tell me every piece of real estate that they have bought, the intent is what they told you it was? You got to be a special kind of stupid. And then you listen to these politicians. You listen to him. And this guy says, oh, we got these Chinese nationals over here. What can I do? When it's your job to do. I'm showing you people what the Lord woke me up with this morning. We just got to pray. I pray we don't have to go through the tribulation. Because if we do, heads are going to roll. Literally. 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 This is a well-oiled plan of subversion, implementation, integration. And we've allowed it. I learned about the thing when I was 17 years old. I'm 66 now. I see it for what it is, and I'm telling you, this ain't America no more, y'all. Choose your priorities very well and choose your prayers very well. I'll cover this Diddy and stuff. I'll cover those stories, like I said, because I want to show you the 5 C's. Other than that, don't waste your time on a whole lot of this stuff. Just pray and stay focused. Because this social media, that's one of the biggest weapons that they got to keep us distracted so we can't put it together. But I'm telling you, the Lord got a hold of me this morning so I could put it together for us. God bless you and God bless America.